ng pag-uulat ng mag-uulat sa programang ito ay hindi ang pangunahing posisyon o pahayag ng pamumunuan ng organisasyong ito. The views and opinions expressed in this live report are those of the presenter and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the management of this organization. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our special report. Today is Sunday, March 6, 2022. I am your host, Carlos Miguel Kanahashi, and we're broadcasting simultaneously on InkluRadio and on the Hands in Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. We shall commence our presentation in just a moment, and we will be back after our commercials. Now this.
Meron akong pangarap para sa aking pamilya, para sa aking kapwa, at para sa bayan. Kahit mahirap, kahit masakit, mahal ko kayong lahat. Kahit anong mangyari, ikaw, ako, tayo. Ating isisigaw sa mundo. Inklusibong may tatag, angat buhay itatahak. Matapang pa rin tayo. Ang tropa, hindi nang iiwan. Ang senyas, isang instrumento. Ilang beses matumba, tayo huling baba. Luman ang ating pinagaling. Tayo ay muling liliwan. Para sa pangarap, para sa pamilya, at para sa bayan. Tayo ang ida. Tuloy ang inclusion.
Welcome back to our special report. We shall now commence our presentation. Hi everyone, good day to all of you. This is my pre-recorded presentation for our special report episode for this day. Today is Sunday, March 6, 2022. I am Carlos Miguel Kanahashi from Hands in Inclusion Pilipinas. When we say inclusion, what does this mean? What is self-advocacy mean to you? Why do we need to spread inclusion? And why do we need to be a self-advocate? And what are the things that you need to do to promote inclusion? So without further ado, here now is our topic, inclusion for all. So when we say inclusion, ladies and gentlemen, it refers to the act or practice of including and accommodating people who have historically been excluded because of their race, gender, sexuality, or ability. In other words, inclusion is done for all, regardless of who you are and the way you were, ladies and gentlemen. When we say self-advocacy, it is the ability to speak up for yourself. As an advocate for yourself, you are able to ask for what you need and want, and to develop a plan to achieve your goals. In layman's terms, self-advocacy means learning how to speak up for yourself, to make your own decisions about your own life. Learning how to get information so that you can understand things that are of interest to you, finding out who will support you in your journey. As a self-advocate, you have to know your rights and your responsibilities. Do problem solving, listening and learning, reaching out to others when you need help, and to learn more about self-determination. Ladies and gentlemen, how can we be a self-advocate, ladies and gentlemen? Knowing yourself is very important because you have to learn everything you can about your needs, your disability, your strengths, and challenges. As you learn more about yourself, it is imperative to learn exactly what your rights are and where you can go help, and also to support and to inform on standing up for your rights. Ladies and gentlemen, the questions asked are you self-motivated or a bit of a procrastinator? What are the goals are you trying to achieve? In knowing your needs, identify your needs and wants. Ask for help in meeting them. Once you identify your needs, you can devise a plan on how to get them. In knowing how to get what you need, identify your strengths and weaknesses. What are the things you need to accomplish and what you need to make it happen. And also to make your own decisions about your own life, ladies and gentlemen. Why do we need to practice self-advocacy? Persons with disabilities or intellectual developmental disorders must have the power to make informed decisions about their own lives and the services they receive, including those who need support and those who have legally appointed guardians. Persons with intellectual developmental disorders have access to necessary accommodations and supports in order to meaningfully participate in meetings, conferences, and other meetings. Through this principle, nothing about us without us. Self-advocates provide important knowledge, experience, and skills that individuals, organizations, and the public sectors need in order to effectively support the needs of and enhance the lives of persons with disabilities. To promote this, it is critical to acknowledge the important role that self-advocates play in developing leadership skills and increasing people's pride, influence, and opportunities. Why do we need to show inclusion in our society, ladies and gentlemen? It's because social inclusion plays a crucial role in determining the health of a person. Without this, people are more prone to poor mental health, loneliness, isolation, and poor self-esteem. Social inclusion enables a more positive and healthier human experience. Social inclusion enables people to feel a sense of belonging, to feel worthy of their roles in the community, to be an active participant of the community, to have peers and companions and not feel being left out, and to build social relationships. What are the characteristics and the virtues of a self-advocate? Humility, professionalism, appearance, attitude, and personal conduct. I will explain this to you one by one. When we say humility, a self-advocate should be aware of their unique qualities and stays free of pride or arrogance. Professionalism conducts themselves in a respectful, honest, and responsible way. Appearance, he or she presents themselves in a clean, well-kept, and appropriate attire. Attitude maintains a positive perspective on their role as a self-advocate. Example of this is to act like a neutral person. Meaning, yung hindi dapat nakikisawsaw sa politika. In personal conduct, he or she should behave in the appropriate manner by treating people with respect, acting lawfully, and showing leadership in their daily lives. In other words, being considerate and to understand each other. dapat maging maunawain, maawain, at magalang. And then these are the reasons why we need to show these characteristics, as this is for us to show that we are considerate, to be kind, to be respectful, and how to show that you are practicing professionalism, ladies and gentlemen. And this is done for your common good. How can we promote inclusion in our society? In providing employment opportunities for persons with disabilities, this will enable to create a more inclusive society. However, the problem is discrimination against at work for being refused a job or denied a final interview. This can be overcome by training the staff and creating awareness among the employers to view the person as an asset and not a liability. To promote inclusion in the educational sectors, we have the rights and responsibilities, ladies and gentlemen, to promote the inclusion of our differences, and it should be instilled in young minds. We should celebrate our peers for their differences, and it should be more taught at a young age. This will result in less discrimination and a more social inclusion. To provide college scholarships to athletes with disabilities, he or she should be scouted and receive scholars based on their abilities in the sports sector. People should be acknowledged for their abilities rather than their disabilities and should be encouraged to participate in more events. To realize that persons with disabilities are humans, the most essential change that is needed in society is to see a person with a disability as a person and realize that their disability does not define who they are and it is only a part of their life. People with intellectual developmental disabilities have the right to advocate or to be supported to act as self-advocates. Self-advocates exercise their rights as citizens by communicating for and representing themselves and others with whatever support they need. Self-advocates must have a meaningful role in making decisions in all areas of their daily lives and in public policy decisions that affect people with disabilities. The fundamental key to self-advocacy is self. In order to be a successful self-advocate, you must understand your obligations, your rights, your responsibilities, and to develop a plan to achieve the life you want. Of course, this doesn't mean you cannot ask for help along the way. When we say inclusion means for all, because it is the act or practice of including and accommodating persons who have historically been excluded. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, inclusion is for all, regardless of who you are and the way we were. And that concludes our presentation. I am Carlos Miguel Kanahashi. Thank you very much. Okay, so as we now conclude our topic for this day, I would like to share with you our election 2022 updates. Here now is also 2022 updates on the 2022 elections. For Labor Ecology, Calyodi de Guzman's Partido Lakas ng Masa completes the Senate state. The Partido Lakas ng Masa, led by Weldon Bello, the running mate of Calyodi de Guzman, is the standard bearer for the 2022 elections, has completed its senatorial bid. The Labor and Ecology Advocates for Democracy, slate is led by the party's candidate labor lawyer Luke Espiritu and environmental advocates Roy Cabongero and David Di Angelo. Calodi de Guzman said their senatorial candidates are a mix of human rights and labor advocates, as he seeks to end labor malpractices and change a system of governance driven by elites. 9 guest candidates endorsing other standard bearers will be completing the list of PLM. They include Teddy Bagulyat, Laila De Lima, Shell Jokno, Risa Hontiveros, and Sonny Matula, who are all senatorial candidates of Vice President Lenny Robredo and Kiko Pangilinan. De Guzman earlier described Hontiveros, De Lima, and Jokno as non-party mates he trusts. Nery Colmenares and Bong Labog of the Makabayang Koalisyon ng Mamamayan Bloc are also endorsing the Robredo-Pangilinan tandem to be the guest candidates of the group of Calodi de Guzman. While Calodi had no problem with the Makabayang's move to support Robredo and Pangilinan, a progressive group Laban ng Masa led by Bello called it error news, saying that the lesser evil strategy may pave the way for a return of a Marcos and a Duterte to power. Agnes Balen, the former staff of Miriam Defensor Santiago, also made it to the cut of PLM's slate, as well as Samira Gutok, the senatorial bet of Isko Moreno and Doc Willie Ong. And that concludes our election 2022 update. Our next part of our show for this day is we will get to know our candidates in the May 9, 2022 national election. So, let's have Sino Ka? Sino Ka? Know your candidates in the 2022 national election. Our featured candidate for this day is Walden Bello, who will be running for Vice President in the 2022 elections. He is a former member of Akbayan party list in Congress from 2007 to 2015. He is a human rights activist since Marcos. He is currently active in opposing the anti-human rights policies of Duterte's administration. He is the author of 25 books, including Counter-Revolution, The Global Rise of the Far Right, Paper Dragons, China and the Next Crash, Food Wars, Capitalism's Last Stand, Dragons in Distress, and Developmental Debacle. He is a professor of sociology and public administration at the University of the Philippines. He studied in Ateneo de Manila University and in Princeton University. Let's vote for Walden Bello. He's one of the running mates of Calodi de Guzman in the 2022 elections this May. Let's vote wisely this May. Now let us move on to our announcements, ladies and gentlemen. So here are some of our announcements. As part of our continuing efforts to support our organization, we urge everyone to purchase our products in the HNI Inclusion Pilipinas online shop. The products that we are selling are the following: our One Inclusion Nation t-shirt and the tote bags. For the One Inclusion Nation t-shirt is available in red, black, blue, white, and yellow. All sizes were 275 pesos. For our Talano Gold colored One Inclusion Nation t-shirts, sizes are ranged between small to XL and prices are ranged between 325 to 350 pesos. For our One Inclusion Nation tote bags is available in white and black. Sizes are ranged between medium to large and prices are ranged between 150 to 200 pesos. So how can you order there? Well, first of all, we'll be very strict on payment. Payment first before purchase. I repeat, payment first before purchase. We're accepting payments from GCash and will deliver your ordered products via GoGo Express and LBC. The Housing Inclusion Philippines online shop, ladies and gentlemen, is temporarily closed for areas under Alert Level 5, but it will continue to serve in areas under Alert Level 1 to 4 only. Its operating hours are from 12 midnight to 11:59 in the evening. For a full list of orders, please visit the Hansen Inclusion Philippines Facebook page or email us at hansen.inclusion@gmail.com. As part of our continuing efforts to support our organization, we really need your help. Hansen Inclusion Philippines needs your help. To be honest, many of us have already been struggling with our financial problems in our organization. Sa totoo lang, ladies and gentlemen, karamihan ito ay naghihirapan sa ating mga gastusin at naghirap kami sa buhay natin. So, regardless, no matter what, it doesn't really matter if the amount is smaller or larger. It will be appreciated for you guys to help HNI Inclusion Philippines as well. How can you do this? Scan and donate using GCash on this QR code that is flashed on your screen. In addition to this, you may donate using a coin bank or an alcansya through the Barya para sa Inclusion fundraising project, and you may do so by donating using Union Bank as well. You will see the QR codes for GCash and Union Bank on the Hansen Inclusion Philippines social media accounts in the Inclusion as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are you waiting for? Please, please, and please now, please continue to support Hansen Inclusion Philippines for its fundraising project. Please help Hansen Inclusion Philippines for its fundraising project. We're aiming to raise funds in our organization. Let us have the time to rebuild in order for us to have a bigger, a better, and a bolder Hansen Inclusion Philippines. Proceeds from the sales in the online shop and for your donations will go to us here in Hansen Inclusion, especially for the formality, for the expenses, and the financial aid of the members due to the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. So guys, to those who did this, you be glad you did, and thank you for your continuous generosity and for your support in advance. So, before we get to this slide, so if you want to buy some of the accessories of Ate Lady Jane, as you can see here, so this one, guys. So if you want to buy accessories to for Ate Lady Jane, you may message Ate Lady Jane Florence on LG Accessories on WhatsApp 0916-167-4803, or you may contact her at 0951-791-3194. You may message her on Facebook as well. If you have any problems with your computer, your laptop, your desktop, regardless if the brand is Apple or Mac book, and also if your tablet or your phone is Android or iOS, or if you want to download music or movies or games, Sir Mark Betita is here to help you. You may message Sir Mark Betita on Mark PC Laptop Repair Services. You may contact him on Facebook at Mark Paulo Betita, or contact him at 0947-355-4759. And Sir Mark Betita will be happy to assist you as well. So we have some events coming up for the month of March in Best Buddies Philippines. On March 12 is Perfect Friendship Pin. On March 14 to 17, spread the word inclusion with Best Buddies Philippines, the Guild of Thomasian Predicators of the Pontifical and Royal University of Santo Tomas, and Special Olympics Philippines on March 14 to 17. On March 15 to 18 is the Best Buddies Philippines Ambassador Training with Nexus and Asurion. On March 16, Wellness Wednesday with Coach Pepper and BFIT, Active Buddies. March 19, Beloved Friendship Bracelet. March 21 to 25 is the Inclusion Week with Best Buddies Vinyl. And March 26, Jolly Friendship Jams. So if you want to join the events for March 5, 12, 16, 19, 26, and also on the events related to spread the word inclusion, and follow Best Buddies Philippines on Facebook and Instagram. Send them a message and they will send you the registration forms as well and the Zoom link as well. And also to be broadcast on the Best Buddies Philippines Facebook page as well. So it's very important to register ahead of time for March 12, 19 because this is done in order to save the delivery fees as well. And also to those who are those Best Buddies Philippines ambassadors, will be trained on March 15 to 18 with Nexus and Asurion. So good luck as well on March 15 to 18. So in Best Buddies Philippines, make a friend, be a friend. We urge everyone to continue supporting Project Sold Out. We'd like to thank Hirai Gallery, Special Achievers, and the partner organizations involved for making this event possible. So if you want to check this out, please check Special Achievers Facebook page as well. If you are feeling hungry, especially you can have it for your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, your merienda, or any occasion, then you want to order some of the foods from the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant and the Kuya Korea Restaurant. First of all, for the Sobra Comfort Food, the menus are for the all-day breakfast, tapa sobra, chicken tocino, corned beef brisket, homemade spam, and beef salpicao. Sizes range between solo to large and prices range between 265 pesos to 1,450 pesos. For our rice trays, we have beef bulgogi, beef shawarma, beef gyudon, pork crackling bits, pork belly bird, and charred chicken and boneless fried chicken. Sizes range between solo to large and prices range between 265 pesos to 1,700 pesos. For our sandwiches, we have the fried chicken sandwiches, pulled roll sandwich, corned beef sandwich, and chicken tocino sandwich. Sizes range between regular, large, solo, and box of course, and prices range between 320 to 1,540 pesos. For our pasta, we have mac and cheese and penne and gorgonzola. Sizes range between solo to large and prices range between 290 pesos to 1,350 pesos. So how can you order there? Head over to the Sobra Comfort Food website, select the dishes you want to order, choose between pick up or delivery, pay with VAT through any of the safe integrated payment methods, and your order is confirmed. Expect updates via text or email. For the Kuya Korea restaurant, the menus are for the rice bowls, beef bibimbap, beef bulgogi, pork samgyup, and K-pop chicken. Prices range between 195 to 220 pesos. For the boneless popcorn chicken, sizes range between half to whole, and prices range between 235 to 435 pesos. For the flavors of gochu, ganjang, chicken, and K-buffalo. If you want to order there, please check the Kuya Korea website for your orders as well. On March 24, 2022, during the Inclusion Week in Best Buddies Vineyard, the Center for Inclusive Education, in collaboration with Best Buddies Vineyard, The Office of the Vice President for Asylum, Mission and Student Life and the Belizean Student Envoys will be having a webinar on gender inclusion and safe spaces on Thursday, March 24, 2022, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Zoom, and the speakers are Attorney Cheyenne Iwan Monera and Amber Kiban. So, if you want to join there, you may check the Center for Inclusive Education Facebook page for the registration form as well. Lastly, follow Handsome Inclusion Philippines on our social media pages and its digital platforms as well. It would be appreciated for you guys to do this as early as now. Follow us on Facebook, Handsome Inclusion PH, InkluRadio, InkluSports, InkluNihan, and the online shop. Instagram, Handsome Inclusion PH. Twitter, HNI Pilipinas. Kumu, HNI Philippines, and subscribe to the Hands in Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. So guys, for those who did this, thank you very much as well. So now is the time for our shout outs and greetings. So to those who are celebrating their birthdays today, happy birthday and expect more birthdays to come. To those who are celebrating their anniversaries, happy anniversary as well. Also, shout outs and greetings to my family, to Hanson Inclusion Philippines, Best Buddies Philippines, Best Buddies Renewed, and other PWD organizations, as well as to my high school and college friends. And to those who are watching, it may be a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you guys are in a good mood. But if not, you may use this time to improve on your mental health and your well-being as well. For those who are watching me on InkluRadio, thank you very much as well. If you missed this episode, it will be premiered on the next day on the Hands and Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. So before we end our show, I would like to share with you one of my quotes. This is one of the excerpts from my speech from the ambassador training last year. According to I was the one I wrote this actually. I chose to stay involved because I saw the impact that having support can have on myself as a person with autism and for the people around me as well. I wish to inspire and to help other people of all abilities, regardless of nationality, gender, and faith. I will continue to fulfill my mission in order to give back to the people who supported me and who have always made me feel included. And also, guys, this Tuesday we'll be celebrating the very most important milestone in the history of our organization. We will celebrate the 5th year anniversary of Anthony Inclusion this Tuesday. We have 2 days to go. So, Anthony Inclusion Philippines is a community of oh, in celebration of the 5th anniversary. Anthony Inclusion Philippines is a community of volunteers that promotes proper inclusion with persons with disabilities in the Philippines. We share their stories to help PWDs become accepted in our society as individuals and to help them live as equals, if not a functioning part of the community. Our goal is to be able to reach out to the proper channels of the government and the private sectors to give aid and support to those who deserve this help. Inclusion is our trust to create awareness of what PWDs and our benefactors are going through, how they can be supported and accepted in society as functioning individuals. We advocate their voices and their pleas so that the proper channels of the government and the private sectors will be upheld. As in inclusion are the ears and the voice of our brethren who feel helpless with the right to live equally. Hands Inclusion Philippines was founded on March 8, 2017 by Roylan Gorospe Marlang, a Pasoyenyo self-advocate with autism. This initiative started as Inclusion in Action, His agenda was to unite and to educate both citizens and netizens about persons with disabilities inclusion via the core values of hands-on inclusion. Our guiding statements are our mission. We, as a social awareness group, encourage ordinary people to be informed of the inclusion of the major sectors of our society and its benefits by means of social media and other possible effective means. Our vision, we see that because of inclusion, major sectors of our society will be embraced and supported, starting from our network and towards the rest of our country and eventually the world. Through inclusion, we unify both our beneficiaries and the majority of our society. Our core values are we put God first in spite of our different religions. Truth first beyond reasonable doubt. We put people first. We promote our culture. We promote discipline and a pro-neutrality rule. So, despite, despite the achievements that we have done in the history of Inclusion Philippines for the past 5 years, ipinakita natin ang ating tatak para sa ating One Inclusion Nation. Nakaranas kami ng pansamantalang pagsasara noong Hunyo 6, 2020, June 6, 2020. Hindi kami nawala ng pag-asa at biyaya. As we prepare for the 5th anniversary of Hands in Inclusion Philippines this March, this coming Tuesday, we continue to support the value of inclusion regardless of who we are and the way we were. And let us have the time to accept our courage towards a one inclusion nation and a one inclusive Philippines. So, apart for your patience and for your understanding, we need your help and prayers for the anticipated return of Hands in Inclusion Philippines in the future as a formal organization and expect a fresh new start. So the best gift for us this year in our 5th anniversary of Hands in Inclusion is this. I would like to appeal to all the members, especially those who are watching, to all the members of Hands in Inclusion Philippines to observe proper decorum so that we don't have problems. Let us continue to have a good example. We must learn how to show good attitude and show to be professional and also to discipline to other people, especially the organizations. Your cooperation and your undivided attention is highly appreciated. We also have the right to be considerate, to understand, and to be self-controlled. Act like a neutral person. Dapat maging simple tayo, dapat akasapur, huwag maging asal, elitista. Dapat sumunod kayo sa mga kailangan natin sumunod para hindi tayo makakaproblema. Huwag lang asa-asa sa mga inuutos mula sa may-ari at sa tagapangasiwa ng organisasyon. Huwag tayo maging kampante at huwag ding matigas ng ulo. Ito ay ginagawa para magiging mapayapa at maayos ang organisasyon na ito ng matagal. At ang dahilan kung bakit ito ay gagawin ay gusto namin maging peaceful or magkaroon ng magiging kapayapaan, maging tagumpay, maging kompetitibo, desente at maayos na organisasyon sa mahabang panahon. And the reason why we're doing this is for us doing its best for being peaceful, organized, and systematic in the organization so that we can be at par with other PWD organizations in our country that are very organized, systematic, and being cooperative as well. At bukod po sa inyong pasensya at pangunawa, hiniling po namin ang inyong tulong at panalangin para sa muling pagbubukas ng Hands in Inclusion Philippines bilang isang formal non-government organization at sana magkaroon tayo ng bagong simula sa ating organisasyon. So in advance, happy 5th anniversary Hands in Inclusion! And we thank you for us giving the true value and meaning of inclusion in our society. And let's hopefully pray na sana pag nagbukas na ang Hands in Inclusion sa panghinaharap, sana magkaroon tayo ng bagong simula. To Sir Mark Betita and to Lady Jean Florese, good evening to you and thank you for watching. And thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your greetings. And let us continue to show that we put hands on inclusion, regardless of who we are and the way we were. Okay, that's a wrap for our InkluRadyo special report episode for Sunday, March 6, 2022. I'll be back again tomorrow at the same time for the Editoriyal Monday edition at 5:30 p.m. On behalf of InkluRadyo and Inclusion Pilipinas, I am your host, Miguel Kanahashi. May awa ang Diyos, makakaraos po tayo. Sama-sama tayong lalaban para sa pangarap, pamilya at bayan hanggang sa ating tatak para sa One Inclusion Nation. Muli, magandang gabi at pagpalain nawa tayo ng poong kapal. Pilipinas, God first. HNI, God first. May the Almighty God bless us all. Thank you very much for watching. Have a productive week ahead and have a blessed evening to all. Bye for now. Bye-bye.